We're going to talk about Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. They obviously had a coming together. They had a disagreement in physical space at the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's watch this breakdown. I haven't seen Geordie Palmer's breakdown yet. I have lots of thoughts about this, but let's get into it.
We go to turn one. No, he's ripped off the front wing. The McLarens collide.
It was the big one. Finally, the two McLarens have come together.
So everyone's been talking about this. Finally, they've come together. And a lot of people said, yes, they came together, but it was never a question of if they come together. It was a question of when they come together. As if that matters. As if that means anything. One driver, in my opinion, is in the wrong. The other driver was fighting fairly and heartily and within their rights. It feels a little bit immediately like people are trying to diminish blame and say, these guys were always going to come together. Yeah, they came together. They were always going to. Who cares? Talk about what happened and talk about who's to blame.
A pretty good race from Lando up until that point, but I have to say, this incident...
Pardon me, Jolyon, not to interrupt you all the time. I thought Lando drove a great race. Not so great in qualifying. I thought he drove a great race. Good strategy. Set himself up for this kind of charge at the end through his tyre management and great pit calls. Really, other than about 10 seconds of the race, he had a great Sunday. Everything after that, he said exactly all the right things. No complaints. 10 out of 10 for me for your Sunday behaviour, apart from that little 10 seconds.
It was a Norris error, and he admitted as much straight away. From 2 car lengths back, has a look down the inside.
This is a great move, and he's clearly ahead here. Can't quite keep it. He can't quite get it to turn as much as he wants. And at this point, Piastri already knows where he's going, and I'm going to keep it as tight as I can and make sure that I have that inside line if it opens up.
And looks like he's got it done here, but he just washes slightly too far wide.
You can see him already doing that.
And gives that car's width back for Oscar on the exit.
You have to be on the brakes earlier to prevent this. And if you're on the brakes earlier, you don't get ahead. So, I mean, this is just Racing 101 stuff.
They're both looking to try and get a bit of a slipstream from Antonelli.
This was really interesting and exciting, and Lando Norris gets ahead here but bails out.
Who kind of hovers in the middle and gives Lando a bit more of an advantage by taking the racing line. So as we get towards the braking zone for the final chicane, Norris again is almost ahead.
I feel like if this is Verstappen or someone in this position, I don't think he bails out the way Norris does. And Norris, I feel like Verstappen or someone would just say, I'm going to take this inside line. You can have that outside line. I'm turning now. Good luck, everybody. For right or wrong. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's what he would do. I guess you have to remember too, these guys are teammates. So yes, if they crash, Norris would probably be found at fault by the team in that instance. Oscar lives to fight another day. He does leave it as late as he can and then tries to turn in as tight as he can. And as a result, his back end steps out a little bit, which means that Norris can stay on the back of him a bit more.
Piastri,
I'm sure Lando's about, I'm sure Geordie is about
So now
to say
we go
that.
again with Lando, who knows now this
Amazing
is the
run
last
through
chance
here.
he'll get before we go back to the next lap. And it's also maybe the last chance he'll get in the whole Grand Prix.
I hate that. The last chance he'll get in the whole Grand Prix. No! Norris keeps doing this, thinking any chance he gets is going to be his only chance and his last chance. And what Piastri has done so well is back himself and say, I've got the car, I've got the speed. I don't need to go for those low percentage chance moves. I don't need to take every low percentage move opportunity that presents itself. I can wait, I can set things up and I can execute. And that's what he has done better this year than Norris.
Looks to the inside. There's just no
Yeah. It hurts to watch this.
space. Then the track goes to the right-hand side. But this is really just in a straight line.
I saw some people, Jacques Villeneuve and a few other people online, say Piastri's pushing over there. Piastri's drifting left there. You shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong. Piastri's in the wrong there. Mate, we strongly disagree.
It's a big mistake under pressure. And pressure that he's putting on himself, really, to make the pass. We're only talking...
How dare you say that, Jolyon? Don't you know? Don't you know Lando Norris doesn't like hearing that? So don't say it. And Oscar was on the gas a little bit earlier, so that gives him the advantage down this back straight.
to the chicane. Now you can see
But
them
it's not
both
much.
trying to get that slipstream from Antonelli on the run up to the chicane.
Yeah, Antonelli, I don't know. In the cool down room, Antonelli was like, which driver would I rather give the toe to? I was like, dude, I don't think at that point you were thinking about that. I just don't. So look here where they are. They're through. This is the wall of champions here. They're just through. I mean, Norris here can taste it. Norris here can taste what he can taste that next position. He's already mentally in his mind ticking up the points and thinking I'm going to close the gap to Piastri here. Maybe even catch Antonelli as well.
So we get to this point, and once again,
I mean, he's already edging that way. Why isn't Norris going this way?
if you can go to the left-hand side, you're going to have, in the end, the inside for turn one.
But
and that will be your
there's
best
a
chance
wall
of
there,
making a
bro.
move.
Look where your
They both
arrow is
know that,
pointing.
which is why Piastri defends it. Really, what he should have done, obviously, in hindsight, is just blast it to the right-hand side.
And even if you're not on the inside for turn one, you're on the inside for turn two. So it wouldn't have been that bad to go to the right. To be more charitable to Lando, what I was wondering was whether he was waiting for this chink in the road where it jinks to the right. Maybe he was thinking, well, Oscar's going to have to move over to the right to take the corner, and then I'll be right there to zip down the inside. But he just pulled it off too early because his speed was pushing him into the move, making him commit too early. I wondered if maybe that was
For
it,
the
but I don't
braking
know.
zone.
Yeah, all right, whatever. We get it. Thank you so much. Geordie, what's your name? Geordie Patterson or something? Thank you, Jordan Peterson, for your thoughts. The race was pretty boring. That's one of the reasons why we're talking so much about this. Someone said McLaren screwed this up because Norris is faster. They should be deploying team rules and telling Piastri to get out of the way. There's a few problems with that. Obviously, one of the things that happens, and it drives me crazy, is when the two cars get near each other and things look spicy, people call out, oh, please, team, take control of this issue. First of all, no one wants the team to take control of the issue. Everyone wants to see them race if they can. But everyone online says, please, call papaya rules, please. And it's like, what do you think papaya rules means? Because papaya rules, this is papaya rules. We're watching papaya rules here. Papaya rules is they can battle each other. Team orders is don't battle each other. I guess the question is, should McLaren have deployed team orders here? In which case, what do you do? Piastri's ahead. Piastri qualified better. There's only a few laps left. Neither of them are on the podium. So why would you deploy team orders to secure what? 4th and 5th? Maybe just let them go. Maybe one of them will chase down 3rd. Team orders also would have meant that Norris had to hold station, I think, because Piastri's ahead. So all the LN4, fanboys and girls and non-Bs, NBs, you would have lost this chance for Norris to do better. So I don't know if that's what people really want. Also, there have been races earlier this year where Piastri was faster. Piastri had an advantage over Norris, and he was like, I'm faster. Guys, what are we going to do? And the team said, you're free to overtake him if you can, so try. And he couldn't. So fair enough, he couldn't. But, that's the decision the team made in those instances, so that's the kind of decision the team should be making here. That's my 15 cents on the question. I noticed after the race that Piastri was he was in two minds. He was obviously not that happy that it happened, but I feel like in a way, he was happy to get away with it, if you know what I mean. His main title rival scored no points, and he got, what did he get for 4th? 12 points or something? Not a bad day at the office, really. If he had won and Norris came 2nd, he would have been happy, and he would have had a smaller points advantage over his teammate and main title rival in that scenario. I mean, people are already going to move on from this, right? Norris admitted blame. No foul, let's move on. That's fine. What really would have set everything on fire here is if Norris hit Piastri, Piastri crashed out, and then Norris went on to score points. Or even if Piastri had lost a couple of places or something like that. This thing could have really blown up and turned thermonuclear. So, something happened. It was fun and exciting. It's cool to talk about. I really just sort of feel like we avoided a big meltdown here.
I'm sorry that I hit you. Hey, man. Don't worry about it. Nah, man. I'm really sorry. It's okay. It happens. Will you ever forgive me? I still score points, we cool. I'll try harder next time. Yeah. You better, man.
Oh, yeah.